I'm here with Coach Cano from Socorro High School.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you, Coach, for allowing us to visit your beautiful facility. You gave me a tour. It's your locker room is humongous compared to what I usually see with my boy at Pebble Hill. So I will make sure that Coach Warner knows that. So talk to me, Coach. What's your coaching resume? Talk to me.
So this will be my 20th year coming up.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, sir. Spent all my time in SISD.
Okay.
I started at Americas with Coach Murphy. Transitioned to different coaches there, and then after that, I had the honor of going to Eastlake, helping open that place up. Was there 4 years, and then I ended up at Pebble Hills, another place that was really cool because I had another chance to open up another new school. Believe I was there 7, 8 years, something like that. 6 years at Americas, 4 years at Eastlake, and then this is my fourth school here at Socorro High School.
So what positions did you coach at Americas, Eastlake?
So at Americas, I coached quarterbacks, receivers, and running backs.
Okay.
And then at Eastlake, I also coached running backs and quarterbacks. And then at Pebble Hills, it was mostly quarterbacks, and then I did a little bit with the receivers my last year.
You said you went to Irvin High School. What position did you play?
I played receiver.
Okay.
I was a little slot receiver.
Class of
2000.
Okay. You feel old?
I do. Maybe it's the job, but
I'm class of 94, man. So welcome to the club, man. It's nowadays, my boys asked me, so was it black and white? No, it wasn't black and white. We had colored everything. So, okay, going into year 3, you've been here, this is your third year.
Right.
What should Socorro be expecting from this squad this year?
I think a lot of growth. Our kids are finally learning a lot of the basic fundamentals that we lacked the past few years. When it came to playing more of a spread offense than what they were used to. So I think our kids are a little more seasoned. Now, they're learning my expectations, expectations from our coaching staff. So I think a lot of growth this year is what we're looking at. We grew a little bit last year, but I don't think we were where we're supposed to be at, especially coming into this next season.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but didn't your middle school team do well this past year?
They did.
Okay.
So Socorro Middle School, they won their championship this year.
Nice.
They did really well. All those kids are here.
Okay, good.
Expected to be here if they haven't been here yet this summer. But I have seen most of those kids here this summer, which is something that we're excited about, obviously.
Sometimes I wish change would happen with, snap of the fingers. But You're right. Year 3 and 4 is when you should start seeing your coaching philosophy starting to kick in. So you expect aggressive, or what should, if I go to a football game and I'm a parent, what should I be seeing on the field? What should I be expecting?
I think a group of kids that don't give up.
Okay.
No matter what the score is, these kids are going to fight. Fight for 48 minutes, and that's something we preach to them. We're going into this philosophy that, I had one in the beginning, didn't really implement it too much until this past season with the dog mentality.
Okay.
And that's something that we're really pushing on these kids, being determined, having the right attitude, having the work ethic, and having grit. So that's kind of our philosophy.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I know we see you guys. I don't know what week it is, but last year I saw you walking in. I saw size.
Right.
I saw some kids with, you had good size on the field, and I want to see that this year. I want to see Socorro get some W's. So let's talk about your schedule. You start off with Horizon, and then you go and play Isleta. Cathedral, and then Bel Air, and then we get with district. Past couple of years it was 1-2 district. So this year it's a little bit not easier, but it's just a little different than the years past. So talk to us about your schedule and how what you expect from it, or what you want to see happen.
Right, and with our schedule this year, first of all, we're excited. Week 1, we get to open the new SAC.
Right,
SAC
awesome.
2. Unfortunately, it's week 1 is also going to be our homecoming.
Okay.
And that had a lot to do with the way our schedule played out and, the logistics of things, because homecoming here at Socorro is something special.
Okay.
With the parade and all that other stuff. But, we're excited about our 4 games leading up into district. It gives us a chance to adjust, make some adjustments, as coaches going into that, and hopefully instill some confidence into our boys, going into district. And I think that was the biggest thing with them allowing us, the realignment allowing us 2 more games is getting these kids more playing time before we hit our tough district schedule.
So you open up with the Horizon, then you go play at Isleta. Cathedral, Bel Air, and then it seems to be like you're opening up with
Eastwood.
Eastwood at home.
No, at Eastwood.
At away. Okay,
Yes.
so 4 5 weeks, and then you get your district starts against Eastwood High School. So, what are some players that El Paso will be hearing this year coming into 24?
I think some of the ones that they heard last year as well. We have both of our quarterbacks coming back. Montes, Thrasher, they'll be back. We have Jacob Gonzalez, who's one of our receivers, returning. On the O-line, we do lose quite a bit of kids, but we have Beto returning at our left guard. Aston, who'll be playing our left tackle. He's one of our big boys. He's about 6'3". He was playing a lot more defense last year, made him more into a left tackle this year.
Okay.
Derek Lerma on defense. On defense, we did lose a few kids. Roman Alvarado was one of our linebackers, but Derek Lerma was one of our bangers, one of our hitters. He played safety, changing up our defense a little bit this year. To get him more involved with tackles. That's what he likes. That's what he's into is, making that contact.
I've heard that name Lerma. What number is he? So I can
shoot. What number is he this year? I think he changed his number.
Okay, we could edit that, but
yeah.
So Lerma, was he all city, all district?
No, well, he was second team.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, honorable mention.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't get our first teamers were seniors.
Okay.
First and second teamers.
Yeah.
They were seniors last year, graduating. But Derek, he was top in the city in tackles. He was up there.
Yeah. I remember that you hear that name a lot at the SAC.
Yeah, yeah. No, he was good. He was really good. Soccer player, transitioned over to football a little bit more. But a good kid, very aggressive, and that's why he's on defense. He wants to play a little bit of offense, like everybody. Right. Everybody wants to.
Well, tell him to get those pick six, and you'll get that feeling of scoring touchdowns.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, good. So he plays a safety. Anyone else would you like to mention on the defensive or offensive side?
Roman, one of our linebackers. Andres Lopez. He'll be playing more of a nose for us this year. And those three guys are the guys that I can think off the top of my head right now that are returning from last year. A lot of our guys, because of our numbers, they will play both ways. They have to. We have to keep our best athletes on the field.
Good. Okay, so I'm an incoming freshman. What should I expect when I cross these doors here?
Especially from our coaching staff, we're going to hold you accountable.
Okay.
And I think that's the biggest thing here. Our coaches are going to love you up. They're going to take care of you, but rest assured that you will be held accountable. Nice. Making sure you're here, making sure you're doing things right in the classroom, in the weight room, on the field. We always tell our kids there's always a spotlight on you, and you have to be on all the time.
So what time do you start summer workouts?
So our summer workouts for incoming freshmen, any of our kids from, Serna, Socorro, from Sanchez, we start at 7:30 Monday through Thursday.
Okay. And you go till 11?
No, we usually go up to about 10:15.
Okay.
And in that time, we give them some breaks, some water breaks, give them a little bit of recovery when we're coming in from the outside, coming inside. So we do a little bit of football, some conditioning, and then we usually finish off in here in the weight room.
Okay, nice. So what is Mad Dog football? What does that mean to you? You mentioned it once, and what do you want to see when someone says Mad Dog football? What do you mean?
Toughness.
Okay.
And that's what I think, I didn't play here, but we played Socorro every time, non-district, and it was always Mad Dog football, and those guys were tough.
Yeah.
They would strike you, they would hit you, and they would let you know, that they were going to be there. Mm-hmm. And that's what it means to me. It's a toughness. It should be a mindset. We're incorporating some other things into that, but Mad Dog football, it was the brand here. Yeah. When it came to football.
Right.
But I think, to me, when I think of Mad Dog football, it's toughness.
Okay. Well, when you play these teams from out in the county, you expect that because these boys grow up tough. Sometimes my boys, they have to go outside, pick up the poop. These boys have to go move bales of hay, right? So it's a little different. They're a little tougher. So I want to see that. I do expect it from you guys. So some of your lunch pail leaders, the guys that do the little things that you're not going to see on the stat line, but you will, know about it. Your coaches know about it. What some of those? Who are some of those leaders?
We have quite a few of them, and they're actually guys that didn't play varsity last year. Mm-hmm. That are coming in, like a Devin Fernandez, Alex Gallardo, those kind of kids, that are up and coming, that are hungry, that are doing all the little things right. We have a real young center coming in who I think is doing everything right as well. Some of our old linemen, they just seem to always be around and always doing the right thing.
Nice. Okay, pregame ritual. Let me throw some of these guys under the bus. Coach Garcia at Horizon, like he thinks he can throw the ball 65 yards. Coach Check at Mountain he likes to throw the ball around, and he likes to take a bath or take a shower before the game starts, right? So we've heard a lot of things. What are some of your pregame rituals?
You know what? It's changed. When I was a young guy, young coach, it was throwing the football around with the other coaches. Okay. I don't do that stuff as much anymore. Right. More just kind of being in my zone, listening to music. Okay. I like the old school hip hop, so that's what I'm listening to.
Okay, give me your favorite rapper from the '90s.
I'm a Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Okay. Biggie fan.
Okay.
More of the East Coast stuff.
Okay.
Tupac, of course, he's not East Coast, but
right.
More West Coast stuff. But
right.
yeah, that's kind of more of my thing, is just kind of being in my own zone, trying to get my mind right, to make sure, I can be out there and be a good leader for these guys during the game.
So what's your go-to song? Do you have one?
I don't know if I really have one per se. Sometimes, I just turn it on, and I tell my wife this all the time. I don't even know what I'm listening to sometimes. Yeah. It's on. I know right. It's on, but, my mind's elsewhere. Right. What do we want to do for kickoff return, just kind of filling out our kids, kind of watching their mannerisms out there. How are they acting, reacting to the situation? Do I need to adjust that in the locker room? That kind of stuff. Okay. It's more of what goes on in my head, at least.
And what do you all do as you get them in the locker room, have them here early, you feed them, or what does a team do?
Yeah, so usually, game day, they go to classes, we get them out. We have a game day lift. We get them in here, get their juices flowing. Mm-hmm. And then our booster club usually provides some kind of meal. Nice. So they'll eat, start getting ready. I bought them a big speaker, so that's what they jam out to in the locker room. We take it with us wherever we go. We show up to the field. We do a little walk, have the kids walk around. They like to grab the footballs, throw them around everywhere. Okay. Bring them up, get a break, go in the locker room. Kind of let them do their thing, whatever they got to do, and then it turns into more of a serious time. Cool. Bring them up, do our little prayer, talk to them, and then get going.
I wish everyone would get, when my first year at Pebble Hills, just that smell. Right. The kids, it brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it'd be awesome if we, anyone wants to be, I'm sure Coach will allow you to be there to help set something up, but just to get that smell and that vibe again, it brought a lot of goosebumps. And right. I was like, I'm ready to go in, Coach. I think I could still, I got a play or two in me. So post-game ritual, what do you do post-game ritual?
Post-game, we have the kids come up, they do their jumping jacks with the fans. Okay. They come over, I speak to them briefly, and then I let them go and say hello to their parents. I think that's important. They got to say hi. They're their biggest supporters. They came out there to watch them, win or lose. Right. They need to have that moment with their parents.
What does Coach Cano do? Go get a number 5 at Whataburger, or what do you?
No, usually, after the game, for me personally, I go say hi to my wife. Load the bus, talk to our coaches, our staff here, and then I'm kind of lame. Go home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Go home and
it's what works for you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of sometimes I just want to go home and just take off my shoes because
right.
I'm flat-footed, so I just want to relax, man. and I don't blame you. Sometimes you just want to no noise, just leave me alone. I want to just kind of decompress and get ready for tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. So go home, and usually the wife will have some kind of dinner. Nice. She's the one that picks up something. Nice. Sometimes that way, leave here about 11 o'clock. I don't want to stop.
Yeah, I mean, you guys get home late, sometimes even midnight, I remember a couple of games last year, I didn't get home until about 1 o'clock in the morning just because of so many things that we had to do to prepare, to get done after the game, and I'm sure you guys are the same way. So then Saturday you guys watch film, Sunday you watch film. How does that work?
Yeah, we bring in the kids, so we start super early. We start breaking down the film, we send it to Huddle, they send it back. Our booster club will provide breakfast.
Okay. Nice.
They'll do different things. I think our best one last year was the menudo. They made menudos. They had a little burrito, make your own burrito type of deal. So they take care of our kids pretty well. So we'll eat, have the kids eat. We'll break off during that time to watch film with the kids while they're eating, So we do all that stuff that everybody else does, breaking down the film, the good things, the bad things, and then we start looking towards the week ahead.
So, Coach, Again, thank you, man, for allowing me into this beautiful facility. I know it's renovated. I was telling you, you don't see scuff marks like the way you see in others. So it tells me it's kind of new. So looks great. As far as a fan of El Paso high school football, I want to wish you the best of luck this
Thank you.
year. I feel like I see it happening, even at the younger age groups. You guys are starting to turn that tide, make some new advancement on, when it comes to W's, right? We all play the game to get some wins. So
Right.
wish nothing but the best for you. Wish
Thank
nothing
you.
but the best for your coaches, for your kids, and whatever you need. 915 High School Insiders is here to help.
Thank you.
Push out anything you need. So just let us know. But thank you very much.
You got it.